Shep is going to tweak me. I've been listening through the morning so far, and afternoon so far, and trying to work out what kind of crowd you are. And it's kind of hard to tell. What you do seem to be is nice and quiet and gentle. Apart from Shep. So I thought I'll do something nice and gentle. So what better for nearly 1:30 on a Sunday afternoon than a lullaby? It happens to be a lullaby that's a little bit different because I figured that it was time that was a lullaby written for this century. Because they're all from 18th, 19th, some 20th. This is a lullaby for the 21st century. And it has got a refrain, I'm not going to hold my breath. You can join in if you want, otherwise you're welcome to sleep. Time to lay down your head. All the stories are read, and that's quite enough questions about what it all means. So I'll tell you instead why it's safer in bed. 'Cause the real world's more scary than monsters in dreams. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. Well, it started with wheat that would be cheaper to eat, and they spread it as far as the law would allow. But because of the flood rains, it got into the food chain, and we've all been genetically modified now. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. Now they told us that our lovely nuclear power was the best form of energy we'd ever found. But the stations corroded, and then they exploded, and now half of our country's a hole in the ground. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. We look after the boat, 'cause it keeps us afloat as as the waters get higher and higher each day. The sea level's rising, so it's hardly surprising. Our houses, our islands, our roads, waterways, and the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. Stay out of the light, 'cause the day's far too bright, and your skin isn't sturdy enough to survive. The sun makes us burn, we're becoming nocturnal. You'll grow up in starlight to just stay alive. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. So you've probably guessed that our world's in a mess, and we figure it might not be here very long. But whatever they're saying, it's not us to blame, 'cause we're regular folks, and we've done nothing wrong. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. And the cat's in the cradle, and the man's in the moon. And I guess you'll be growing up far too soon. So hush, little darling, I'll tell you no lies. It's a 21st century lullaby. It's a 21st century lullaby. Okay, I have to say that I'm actually quite impressed, because there's this lovely, very, very gentle bit of chorus singing going on in the background there. And from here, it sounded ever so sweet. So I have got to figure that by now you are all asleep.